Nope. We're doing a cold open, baby.
Cold
Cold
open.
open. Hello, welcome to the first roundtable for the Book of Boba. I've got an amazing group here to talk Book of Boba Fett. Let's go around the roundtable, as we like to say, and introduce ourselves. We'll start with JJ.
Oh, thank you. Hi. This is my second time on Podwan's podcast. I'm so excited. My name is JJ. I make content on TikTok only. It's the only social media I use that's for public. Cat Lady JJ. So I like Star Wars. I like Marvel, nerdy stuff in general, high fantasy stuff, just different. I talk about different things, funny, kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm Brian with the beard, all underscores normally, but I'm feeling festive today. I don't really post on TikTok, but
we're trying to get him to.
One day.
We want him to like screenshot all of like the things on Twitter that he sees and just roast them on TikTok.
I don't want to be one of those people. No.
That's probably why I haven't seen you if you don't post, because I always see yeah, look, it makes sense.
Yep.
And Harith?
I'm Harith Productions. I mainly, like everyone else, I just post on TikTok. Again, just as my name down below, it's just Harith Productions.
And you're the host of They Fly Now?
Well, duh.
Well, you can say that.
You have to tell us. You have to tell us.
I know. Well, duh. Yeah, I'm a host of the Star Wars podcast called They Fly Now. I do it every Monday, 5 p.m. except for this week because Christmas. Every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And we generally just talk about Star Wars and everything else.
Heck yeah. And my co-host.
Hello, I'm Charter J, and I am the co-host of the Podwans podcast. We go live every Thursday to talk Clone Wars, and an exception for days like these with Book of Boba Fett coming out. And I am also on TikTok at CharCharJ, and I have a fact segment. I'm going to be talking about my Book of Boba Fett reviews and other things like that. So, yeah, that's where you can find me.
And Xanatos, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And then Brian's in the chat. And now it's Harith. Now there are two of them. But guys, let's get into it. Thoughts right off the bat. So what worked, what didn't work? What's some things that you had to rewatch to really understand, or like things that you missed the first time around?
So I'll, if you don't mind me going.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sure.
The one thing I explicitly pointed this out in my review on my TikTok video that I made. I'm not a big fan of flashbacks in Star Wars, but in terms of this, obviously spoilers for Book of Boba Fett for those of you watching.
Hold on.
If you haven't seen the episode, I recommend that you just not watch this because it's just going to be filled with spoilers for the first episode of Stranger in a Strange Land.
Drop a like and just leave.
No, flashbacks in Star Wars have never been really my thing, but they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Like, it just, with Kamino, with Geonosis, and the Sarlacc, they just made it just, the emotions just were just brought back into you, and it was just fantastic.
Anybody else? Just go down the line, I guess.
I'll build up what Trevor was saying. Definitely, I would say flashbacks are the strongest element of Book of Boba Fett. Like, I love how the flashbacks were tying into what currently was going on. Like, they kind of went hand in hand. Like the sequence when Boba is getting dragged by the Tuskens up to the homestead, and they're seeing the same mysterious gang that Finnick just captured like 2 minutes ago, spraying their logo on top of the homestead. Like, I love how flashbacks are going back and forth, tying into what we're currently seeing. I love it when past and present storylines link into one.
Flashbacks only work if they're going to serve the character. If you're just going to throw it out there for some fan service, we as fans, we're going to know. It's sort of a manipulative tactic, in my opinion. In Boba Fett's case, this works because he's such an obscure character. Not a lot is known about him. Not a lot has been established about him. So when you go into the past to sort of draw from history to tell a story of him in a present and future, it works. For me, it was just a lot of nostalgia strings being pulled, and it worked. And again, I didn't know what I was expecting. So I went into the first episode with literally nothing, zero expectations, zero speculation, nothing. So one of the reasons why I enjoyed it, and flashbacks especially, because Geonosis, Django, all that. I mean, how can you not be excited?
And I think we're going to be seeing more too.
Yes.
Yeah.
This won't be the only flashbacks we'll see.
Right.
No,
right.
I think they're going to be used kind of like what David said as a parallel timeline, and they're probably going to continue through all the episodes. And it's not like everyone's treating it like a flashback, but it's almost like it's just this is what happened like at this point in time, continuing on till probably when he meets Fennec essentially, and then we're like in the present, and they're just going to keep both going.
It reminds me of like how Last Shot kind of used the stories, or Into the Dark, where it's like the then story and then the now storyline, where we'll jump back and forth, and they both link together and they both have purposes. Like I can imagine Book of Boba Fett showing us how Boba became a Tusken Raider, how he found Fennec Shan, that kind of stuff. Like I can imagine how it could link into that eventually. Hi, Gray.
Hi, Gray.
Hey, Gray, my favorite.
It's Gray.
We all had to stop.
Dawn of the Gray.
We're just like,
Go follow her on TikTok. She's awesome.
No, but
She's
just
been
to
on
point
a
out
ton of
something.
episodes.
Xanatos commented something about the flashbacks in the show Arrow, and I think that's very, very correct, because for any of you that watch Arrow, there's a lot of flashback usage in that show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A ton of it to propel the story.
And those first seasons of Arrow, I don't want to switch topics, they were amazing because I think those reasons they were able to tie in that non-linear narrative of storytelling to work together in order to basically build the character in a way for us to understand them better. So
no, you're absolutely right. And I really, really liked, I enjoyed, coming in, this wasn't my most anticipated show, but having a co-host like Char kind of gets, you kind of take the energy that he brings and you run with it. And, you know, Boba Fett, I would say he's my favorite bounty hunter. There's a lot of other bounty hunters that are in, that are also like fighting for that spot. But Boba, because we didn't know a whole bunch about him, because like everything that he does in the comics, how badass he is. He takes on Chewie, he takes on Lando, takes on Luke. Like he's done a whole lot, and now seeing him from a different perspective of like in this episode, he gets his ass handed to him.
Yeah, he's an absolute he's a loser in this episode. If you love Boba Fett, when I watched this, I was excited no matter what, but just watching him in the position he was, it was just gut-wrenching. It was like he was at the top of the world. He was like he was the right-hand man to under Bib Fortuna, but he was the right-hand man to Jabba the Hutt. He was Jabba's most trusted client.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And now he's just this right afterwards, he's just this ragdoll. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's the beauty, I think, of the show, that I think that's the direction it's gonna go to, basically strip him down of every legend and every symbol of his weaponry, of his status, basically break him down to a person and then see him rise or fail. I don't know where the direction of the show is gonna go, but I like that storytelling. So I'm excited to see him being treated as an actual person, because that's what he is. We don't tend to humanize clones a lot. I mean, we are now, especially post Clone Wars. Yes. But like, I'm excited for him, for us to view him as an actual person more so than a legend. So,
no, yeah,
for sure. And I feel like, again, like you said, like I feel like we very much, the OT, we knew Boba as like mysterious for his prequel. We knew him as a child, and then as a bounty hunter. I love how they're basically stripping him down from a villain to an anti-hero, because like Boba Fett, like in the original trilogy, was very much served as the villain for the heroes to fight and overcome. So I love how they're like, no, we're going to strip him down from a villain to make him an anti-hero so we can get his arc to respect and honor.
Correct.
So I love how they're doing this.
And again, can you imagine if he just came in guns blazing, just bodying everybody? Like, where do you go from there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where the story would go. Is it just going to be 6-7 episodes of him just like killing people, flying in his armor? I mean, is there satisfaction? And maybe some, but to what extent? Like, what's the story here? What are we trying to say? What does he want?
You
know what I mean? I always ask that for every character that I'm watching. What does this character actually want?
I think the story is, because we already know what he wants. He wants to continue what Jabba did, but in a new fashion. But at the same time, I think the story, what it's really about, is just him overcoming that trauma that he's been going through for the past 25, 30 years of his
and
life.
discovering himself, rediscovering himself. Because so we talked about the Boba Fett arc of the Clone Wars last night, and there were a lot of good points made and stuff like that. And if you watch that arc, you see Boba as a young kid struggle with being able to pull the trigger in a lot of these situations. And obviously he gets through that because, you don't just become the best bounty hunter in the galaxy by not pulling the trigger. So something has to happen from when he from that arc to where we see him in the OT and in the comics and stuff like that. I don't think we've actually seen that quite yet. I think we'll see the moment where he actually gets his first kill. In a flashback. I think we'll go back even farther. I don't think we're gonna get do I think we're gonna get a Vader flashback? Probably not.
Yeah,
No.
probably not.
I think there's a possibility we get the no disintegrations flashback, or did we already see that in the comic?
I don't think we do. I think that might be Legends, but I have another Legends idea of what we could see in another flashback. Because in Legends, after what happened on Geonosis, Dooku and Boba have a little conversation because obviously Dooku's client got decapitated in the arena. So he wants to go talk to his clone son, and it's we don't need any use for you. We don't just shoot. And Boba is just literally a kid with no help at all. So,
and all of his life, he's been driven a lot by vengeance too, and
Yes.
everything he does is done by vengeance. So, should they explore that more this season? They have to, in my opinion. It's almost like part of who he is. So I'm hoping that. And again, I was going to make this point earlier. What happened with Jabba and Bib Fortuna? They got killed. Why would he put himself in that position to repeat the same cycle for himself on Tatooine? So he's going to do things differently, and that includes respect. But
Parallel
we'll know how
that
that lasts.
parallel that to Daenerys Targaryen breaking the wheel.
That's
Yeah,
it.
but, imagine that though. Imagine that scene that I was mentioning earlier. You see young Boba again looking up, and then you see a brown cape and gray hair, and then you hear Corey Burton start talking, and then it's just oh my god, that would be fantastic. He's like, we don't need any use for you. Shoo, my little friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Brian, your thoughts on kind of the flashbacks and stuff and how they used them?
I don't know. We're gonna like I said earlier. I think it's gonna be more like a linear kind of thing where it's gonna be his time with the Tuskens, kind of continuing his recovery to becoming a person again. I don't know. We might get some of those glimpses like we did at the beginning of some stuff from way in the past, but I don't think we're gonna get a lot of focus on that kind of stuff. It's mostly gonna be kind of more just his recovery from the Sarlacc pit. One thing I did want to bring up that I saw yesterday on E.K. Johnson was actually talking about it on her
She's
TikTok.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. She was saying how she was wondering if when he went to, I guess what's basically a brothel, and they give him back his helmet full of gold or coins or whatever they were, was that on purpose so he wouldn't be able to wear it? Were they in on the attack? And I'm like, that's an interesting question.
No, that is an interesting question.
Is it a brothel or is it a cantina bar? I don't know.
I think it's both.
Maybe
I think
It's
I think
both?
it's both.
Okay.
Well,
I thought that was cool. How
we
if
got
you guys
Max
didn't notice
Rebo
that-
back. So if y'all have seen, if you guys haven't seen Robot Chicken, go to my TikTok and watch that. It is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the
I'll
one
have to do
thing
it
that I thought
after
was
this.
really cool was that when Boba got his helmet back and was full of Republic credits,
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because my headset just fell. But in the Phantom Menace, you remember Watto saying, "Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real."
Yeah.
Oh, times
Yeah,
have changed
well-
in Mos Espa, and it was in the exact same place too.
Yeah.
What's the year? What are the years here then? 30 years? Less?
So no, it's 5 years after. It's so Book of Boba Fett is in the same era as Mando.
Yeah, it's right after Mandalorian
So
season
the
2.
flashbacks, we don't. Well, we know some of the flashbacks are in the prequels, obviously, because Kamino and Geonosis, but we don't really know timeline
Well,
wise.
we can break it down. Like obviously,
Like,
Boba gets out of Star, like Return of the Jedi. Then it's like
well,
a
how
couple
far
days
after
later.
Return of the Jedi?
It's like
the
4 or
point
5
is,
years.
the coins, like they don't take Republic coins, give me something more valuable. That's Anakin child era. So from
Yeah, that's
then up,
prequels.
what is that? 25, 30 years?
That's so it's 19. It's 19 years.
I
from
always
when
have
the Death
issues
Star
with the
blew up.
timeline here.
3 years after that, or after that is Empire.
Okay.
So that's 20. Dude, why am I doing math? 22.
It's
22, right?
okay,
Luke
but
is
it's
the
like
greatest
it's
at
like
math.
almost. I think it's okay. I'm just gonna guesstimate it's around like 38 years since a Phantom
Okay.
Menace. Let's go
Okay,
with
that's
that.
what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
that makes sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
Mhm. I always have
Around that.
issues with the canon timeline. Like I'm
Because it's
always,
like he's like 8 in the first movie, right?
Yes.
yeah,
In
you're
Phantom
right.
Menace, he's 22, and then it's like 22 years later is when he dies essentially, and then this is like 4 or 5 years after Return of the Jedi. I think that's what we were
Yeah,
told.
5 years after
So,
Return of the Jedi was the
it's
initial
something.
thing for Mando
It's
season
around
1.
that.
And then you can add a year for Mando season 2. So there's a little bit of room there.
So the only
No.
thing is like, so my thing is okay. So we know
40
the
years.
timeline. We know that.
Yeah.
But like, do we know? Like, what is your guys' guesstimation on how long he was in the Sarlacc pit? Because from what we're told in Return of the Jedi, it's the Sarlacc pit's digestion can be up to 1,000 years, right? Is he in there for a week? Is he in there for a year? I'm thinking it's more like maybe a week to a month, because if it's years, the sand's gonna cover the entire barge, isn't it?
I don't think
Yeah,
he was
so-
in there long.
No, I don't
It-
think it was in there long at all
like-
because he might have been like knocked out. I'll have to rewatch the episode. Doesn't he just wake up and then sees a stormtrooper and then tries to
Yes.
claw his way out? And it's all
Yes.
happening really fast. So I'm going to assume he got out of there pretty quickly, like really quickly.
Well,
Yeah.
the weird thing is like he goes over to the stormtrooper to get like air, which like if he literally couldn't breathe, he would last in there at all. Like if he
Agreed.
had
Yeah.
suffocated.
True.
So
Very
it's
true.
a little tricky. But then it's like water and food. If you were unconscious for like a week, you would probably dehydrate, especially on
Die.
Tatooine.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it could have been like a day or two, maybe. The fire is out on the sail barge, but like it's not covered in sand or anything. It's all still like very visible. So
Fresh, yeah.
I don't think it
Yeah.
was very long. I'll be honest.
Maybe like 4 hours at the most.
So
Between
David
episodes.
said it's between 3 and 4 is 20 years.
30 years is a good estimate, yeah.
In the OT, yeah, it's 4 to 5 years total, and then Mando's 5 years, so yeah, 30. And then he also said, I don't think he was in the Sarlacc pit for more than a couple of weeks, because like Brian was saying, the human body can't live through that.
I
which
think
is very
maybe it
true.
was for about maybe 4 or 5 hours. It wasn't too long.
I was going to say
Yeah.
hours too. I didn't
Yeah.
want to underestimate, but I think it's hours.
No,
The
yeah.
weird
so
thing,
that
though,
makes
is,
a lot
like,
of sense.
I thought stormtroopers don't carry air, right? I thought they just had like air filters, right? So like, what was he?
No, I
yanking
think
out
the
that had, like-
stormtrooper armor is different from the first order stormtrooper armor. Because I know how Finn mentions that the first order stormtrooper armor filters out air,
Toxins.
but not toxins.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But I think it's different from a stormtrooper. We'll have to find out soon.
Well,
so.
obviously we know because he grabs the oxygen thing throughout the suit and puts it in his. Where does that connect? Because it's like
just-
it's like he
He-
just like
No,
takes
you
it
would
in.
you would just stick it under like where kind of the neck seal is, basically.
Okay,
But, like,
that's kind of
it
what I
makes
was
like
thinking.
a noise, like it's clicking, and you're like, it's
like
too
Vader,
much. It's too much.
like when Vader's helmet goes back on,
Yes.
and you can hear that
yes.
part of it.
Mhm.
So I found that like honestly, the Sarlacc pit was see it's in my top 3 favorite things of watching because it's like you see him just like just wake up and it's like pure horror.
Oh,
You're like
claustrophobic as hell.
holy shit. Like
Yeah.
he's
When
like,
the flashbacks came, flashbacks weren't used for nostalgic purposes. It also gave us answers.
Mhm.
That was the
Yes.
big question. How did he survive? And we
Oh.
got that within the first 3 minutes.
Which was amazing. Who expected that?
Mhm.
Like that quickly. It was
Yeah.
literally in the beginning.
I didn't
which
think
was
we were going to
awesome.
get it that soon, but it was just
Yeah.
boom.
Brian, do you want to say
What
something?
about
'Cause
that?
Yeah, the Sarlacc pit. Did you
No,
like how
I'm
it was
already thinking.
executed?
I did. I'm kind of already thinking forward to when he's having an audience with the or giving audience to the mayor's
Okay.
major domo,
Yes,
whatever.
we will.
That scene was
will
funny.
jump. We'll jump to that in a little bit because
That's fine. That's fine.
It's hilarious.
Before you move on to the next topic, I just want to follow up what Brian said about the healing pod. That's
Yes.
definitely going to be a
Yeah.
plot device for flashbacks only, and they're going to be quick and they're going to be short, and they're just going to contextualize some of Boba's story. So
think
who
so, too.
knows? We may get some of the Empire Strikes Back and Vader interaction
Uh,
during maybe.
Don't get me hyped up for that.
For fan,
Because
I'm
if I
just
see
saying.
Vader, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I know you are.
If
but
you
we
give me
might.
Vader next week on my birthday, that will be the birthday present I will.
I think it could happen because
could
think about this
happen.
though.
Shut
It could
up.
happen.
Shut
Book of
up. Don't
Boba
get
Fett,
my
it's his
hopes up.
entire
I don't
life.
think
So
so.
using
I'm gonna lose
flashbacks
it.
I don't
is
know.
necessary.
Slim to none happening.
I'm doubtful.
No?
Never say never.
I
Never
will
say
be. I will be a menace. I will be a menace. That's all I will talk about. It won't even be Boba Fett's show anymore. Look, I saw Vader. Look, I
Here's the
saw Vader.
chances. This is the
What you mean
chances
not
here.
a show?
Slim.
Shut up.
He does tend to overshadow. They may not use it for that
I don't
reason. They
think
don't want
they
to overshadow
will. I
their
don't think they
their
will.
star, but it's
I wanna
possible
see-
with the pod flash. It's possible.
I want to see. The disintegration though, because how does we still don't have that explanation? I know they hint at it in a certain point of view, Empire Strikes Back, with John Hamm's section of Boba Fett. They don't go into a whole lot of detail. But I'm telling you, like, if I think that could be a possible flashback. I don't
It
think we're
definitely
gonna
could be.
get. I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna get any more of Diego Luna, or Daniel Logan. Sorry, why did I say Diego Luna?
Why do you say Diego
That's
Luna?
weird. Yeah, I
You're
don't know.
excited for
Daniel-
Andor.
Yeah, Andor.
Andor hype.
Yeah, that
Daniel
story
Logan.
in a certain point of view, Empire Strikes. I actually have the book right here. That was just the book I brought down with me to Florida. But reading
What are
it, the story about Zoraida Cordova with Wait For It, which was the story that Luke mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It was so cool just seeing him go onto the Executor and meeting up with the bounty hunters and having him talk with Dengar, Bosk, and IG-88, Zuckuss, and Forlom, and all of those other bounty hunters. I mean, those were all the bounty hunters. I think I listed them all. But and hearing his story about how he got inside of the garbage chute and he just like was thinking about, I don't know, but it's just, there's so much stuff they could do with the show.
Oh, so much.
So much.
I agree with Brian though. I think the flashbacks are going to be pretty linear. I think we're going to stay with Boba with the Tusken Raiders, and it will go up until he meets Fennec Shan. Maybe that's where I'm thinking it will kind of cut off. That's right when Mando season 2 begins, or maybe they'll show how she gets her like robotic organs. And I think it'll end around there and there.
Like what Xanatos said, I kind of think like the one that would have been cool is like when he was watching that like homestead get like shot up by the gangsters. Like if that connected back to like him taking out like Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, but like is that even canon anymore? Like
no,
that idea. So then
that's too bad.
Like he like would go back to that, and it's like kind of like the regret of like everything he did, because like he doesn't want to be like just like someone's like blade anymore. He doesn't want to just go out and just kill people for someone else.
He wants to kill people for himself.
Exactly.
When he has to.
So yeah, I feel like that's a good segue, Brian, into like him getting into the position of being a crime lord, and all of these people show up. And one interesting thing that I learned, I think it was either from Char or from Chaco's video, that Robert Rodriguez was the Trandoshan with the Wookiee skin.
I saw that in Chaco's. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that in Chaco's.
That's amazing.
But also, so the Wookiee skin, not to bring up Robot Chicken again, but when he comes out of the Sarlacc pit, he somehow uses Luke's lightsaber to cut Chewbacca in half, and he puts the pelt on.
What? Robot Chicken.
Wait, I never see this. Wait, so he just took Chewie's bandolier and just put it on.
That is dark.
No, not his bandolier.
Shit.
No, his skin.
Like he cuts it. He's like, down, Kojo, and he takes him down in half. Puts the pelt on, and he goes, "All right, Solo, you're going with me." Flies through the air.
That is.
I
robot,
wish I could
robot
show
chicken.
Robot Chicken.
What do you
Robot
guys
Chicken.
Wait, is
It's
that an
Robot
adult
Chicken.
cartoon?
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
stop
all right.
animation. It's stop animation. Actually,
Okay.
it's hilarious.
Is this when they carry a direwolf, Rob Stark's direwolf head on as a joke?
Not as bad.
Okay,
But-
good. Thank God.
No, but when I saw the pelt, I was like, did they mean to put that in there? Like, I get Trandoshans and Wookiees don't like each other, and
Friends.
they're supposed to kill each other, but that's very
There's a
on the nose of wearing, like, come on. Like, I
There's
think that's hilarious.
couple things
That's
in
pretty
this
funny.
episode that are on the nose. You got Boba climbing out of the pit that's very similar to Patton Oswalt's pitch during Parks and
Yes.
Rec. And then
Yes.
you got another little deep cut reference from, I think Aduna and Kev pointed this out, from the Family Guy special of Star Wars, where the Katina keeps playing the
I
same
saw
beat
that
over and
just
over again.
literally before this
Yes.
before the stream. It's
Yeah.
so great.
No, yeah, like, and
They were doing their pop culture homework for this
Oh, yeah,
one for
absolutely.
sure.
that was an interesting one, and I love how, like, when the first guy comes out, like, Boba looks over at Fennec and goes, "Did you understand anything that? Did you understand any of that?" She goes, "Something about a friend." He goes, "We're gonna need a protocol droid."
Which
And
that droid was great too. The one he already has.
yes,
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
The same one that Jabba was using to torture the Gonk
Gonk
droid
droid.
in Return of the Jedi.
You'll,
yes,
you'll
Good to see
soon
him
learn
again.
some respect.
yes.
I mean,
Kai-
they're both in there, no clue what the fuck to do. Like,
No.
we want to rule, but how does any of this work?
Jabba had like a giant like it's not just like one dude and like his and Bib Fortuna just like ruling. Like, you need a whole apparatus. You need people. You need
Correct.
staff. You need
Yeah.
bodyguards. You need all this stuff. And, like, he
Translator,
doesn't have-
security.
exactly. He needs to build like, kind of like an administration kind of to like run
Yes.
this small little like, pseudo government, kind of crime syndicate he's trying to operate. A crime syndicate is not two people.
Correct.
like-
no,
Yeah.
Correct. Basically,
Look-
the boss and his enforcer. It's just not going to
Yeah.
work. Like, I don't know who. I think it was Kiki. She's like, "How do taxes work here?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
how do you collect taxes when it's only you and Fennec Shan? It's kind of hard.
who just wants
Well, no,
just wants chaos and violence?
just like,
there's
if you
no
leave-
thought there.
If you leave the castle for like the afternoon, like, what if someone just shows up while you're not there and just takes it? Like, you can't just
Good
leave
point. Right, right.
unguarded. Like,
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's in like obviously the best part is the Twilight showing up, the mayor, and like this guy straight up is just like if you have watched and I'm gonna plug this, if you've watched the tabletop for Chacos, if you haven't, go check it out. But one of the players plays exactly like this guy.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
JB's character, exactly like this character, where he's like very diplomatic. He's not meaning to step on anybody's toes. He's trying to put a message out there, and like this guy, like Boba is so like thrown off because he's like, wait, hold on. So the mayor didn't show up, 1. 2, like, you're giving me the runaround, and now you want my tribute? What is this? I'm the crime boss here.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing?
And then he lets him go. Like,
Yeah.
just be done with it.
I feel like past Boba would have just shot him in the face, like no question
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a mature, respectful Boba who likes baths, and
Oh my god. Brian, take it away since you wanted to talk about this guy. While he's taking a drink.
the mayor's guy. Like,
Yes.
I'm sure some people online probably have some like bad reaction to it. They're like, "Oh, it was like trying too hard to be fun." It was funny. Like,
I
it was
hate
really
him.
Good. What? No, like, you're not supposed to. He's supposed to be like a smarmy dick. Like, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
he's not there to like be nice to Boba Fett. Like, he doesn't respect him. Like,
No, no.
obviously. But he also, like, he's there on behalf of the mayor, whoever that is, I guess we'll see, thinks that he's in charge or they're in charge. So I guess we'll find out like what's actually going on there, because obviously the mayor thinks that they can request tribute from the crime lord, So obviously they think they're the one running the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes.
And
That's
it
gonna
was
be
so
very
funny too
interesting.
because I was telling my brother because he didn't see the episode as early as I did. So when he got the time to see it, he kept on quoting the guy. He kept on saying, "Oh, apologies." he kept on saying that. I'm like, dude, stop! You're pissing me off.
Yeah, that guy JB is that guy.
To the
That's
T.
straight up JB in that tabletop. But like I love the fact that it shows Boba like he doesn't know much about being a crime lord, and that's very obvious. And Fennec is just like, "All right, should I kill him?" And Boba's like, "No."
Keep
Like,
an eye on that one.
yeah, keep an eye on that one. And she
He's
says,
operating
"I
on an
haven't."
instinct.
Yeah,
He's just
That's
like, he's
it.
like, I don't think I should just start like the shooting.
Disintegrating. Yep.
Like he's here. He's an
But wouldn't
emissary
that
on
be
behalf
his
of the mayor.
instinct? Or his
Yeah.
old instinct, I think. But
His old instinct, yes, no, but he's trying to like
Yeah.
tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like run a.
something happened with the Tuscans that changed him.
It's almost an introduction to maybe questioning of his rule, because everybody up until that point was bringing him tributes, was paying respect, was doing all this, and all of a sudden this guy comes in, he's terrible, sort of questions his authority, and that's going to be a major contention for Boba moving forward. So
Yeah.
it was definitely done purposefully.
Yeah, the mayor is definitely going to be a pain in the ass.
Well,
That is for sure.
they say in the episode he isn't the mayor. They said that he's definitely working underneath somebody who is
correct,
actually
yeah.
the mayor. So I'm always getting the vibe that, like, I think it's more like you're watching like the third in line. I think it goes up the ladder, and I think you're going to see who's really controlling the mayor. Because I think it's like, obviously, I don't think it's just Boba. I think there's more crime lords out there.
The mayor is definitely with this.
Hey, you see that comment down there by Kieran? What did Kieran just say?
Oh, that's funny.
Kieran,
Hell
this next
yeah.
bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Kieran,
get it.
Kieran, the door's
Um,
over there.
Hey,
Kieran,
Kieran,
go.
Uh-oh.
Kieran, you're
starting
welcome to
already?
this
Okay.
house.
I'm
You're
a
welcome to
Cad
this
Bane
house.
simp, so I don't know, but I'm a Boba simp now too.
Yay.
So it's weird. What's going on?
Oh man, we're getting best of both worlds
Hey, Luke,
here.
pull up
Yes,
that
we are.
that Aiden comment. There, thanks. Boba has always
So,
been big on
Boba
respect.
has-
He didn't like it when Ventress didn't respect him. Presumably, he lost respect for Cad Bane. Bossk as a rival. Vader's seen him as a tool. Tuscans respect him. Well, yeah, that's true. Like,
Interesting.
Boba's always been about honor when it comes to his work. But when he's obviously back in the original trilogy, he was hired by someone. So it was just him playing by their rules and what they wanted him to do. But when he's doing his job on his own terms, which is what he's doing now, it's different.
David out here
Yeah.
saying we are out here simping for Tuscans. The gloves are off. Yeah,
Hey,
that's true.
Somebody showed a freaking actor that plays one of them, and the shit is just out of control. Like I'm gonna need like a week to recover from everything that's been going on with the show.
Oh, Harith, you
Yeah.
hopping on that train? Harith,
Yeah.
get out here. Harith,
No.
leave the stream. There's 3 doors behind me. You can just pick
Ejected.
which one, and hopefully one of
Uh-oh.
them doesn't lead to a free
Uh-oh.
okay?
Um,
I like Cad Bane's voice a lot. I don't know. It's just yeah.
so
Nasty Jedi.
no, but
little lady.
yeah,
Yep.
little lady.
But from the Mandalorian, so let me just, because actually
yeah,
I have
go ahead,
to
Char.
leave pretty soon to go help my family. But
No,
I
yeah.
just want to say this, because in the Mandalorian, we get some views of that the Tuscans are actually people that you can work with. But I think since Boba Fett was working with the Tuscans, or not necessarily working with them, but a part of them, essentially, we're going to see the Tusken Raiders in a new fashion, not the menacing warriors that we've seen from a New Hope and from Episode 2. And it's going to be a new way we look at it, because that chief that gave him the black melon when he was
Mm-hmm.
done with them, I'm interested to see what he goes through, because just like what JJ said, that it's going to change him.
So
It's going to completely evolve him into a new character, and it's just Boba Fett renewed. And when he goes back and finds Din, and it's just, he didn't learn that gaffy stick on his own. Come on.
no.
About how to chomp down stormtroopers like that. Come on.
And they're-
So
He's
And
had
they're
some high
definitely-
intensity training.
And they're definitely humanizing, if I can use that word, Tuskens
Yes.
a bit more. They're actually really characterizing them, their cultural sort of aspects of them. So, which I think is interesting. We don't know anything about them, so.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I just got a breaking news thing. It has nothing to do with Star Wars. It's off topic. But,
Betty White
just passed
died.
away.
yeah, Betty White just passed away.
Yeah,
Who passed away?
Betty White.
Betty
no.
White.
Betty White at 99.
She was
99
so
years
close
old.
to 100.
You know what? People were talking about that, about her turning 100. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're going to jinx it. She's going to pass away before that.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just get like a moment
Oh
of
my God.
silence for
Yes,
Betty
please.
White?
Oh my God.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
There we
this
go.
is
that's really that's yeah.
no
Yeah,
more
I got
Golden
that.
Girls.
Yeah, I got a text from my
Wait, she was 2
family
weeks
group
away from
chat.
100?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, 2 weeks away from
I
100.
didn't know she was that close.
There is no hope for this world anymore. Betty White's dead. That was the last of it.
Somebody put Dolly Parton and Danny DeVito into a fucking bubble wrap, please.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, that was exactly what people were saying when Carrie Fisher passed away. It was like,
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher passed away, protect Harrison Ford at all costs.
Perfect.
And I was like,
protect
I mean,
Mark
yeah.
Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yes.
Oh man, yeah, but
This is upsetting. That's really upsetting.
no, yeah, for sure. But hi, Kylie.
Kylie, they said hi.
Hello.
But yeah, Char, if you gotta go, get going, my guy.
Okay, yeah. So
we'll see you on
some of my I just want to say some final words. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna wait another 5 days for this episode. This is it's only gonna go up from here.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the best Kickstarters to any Star Wars production that I've seen in a long time. I think it was better than the Mandalorians when he went to the bar and fought that dude that was messing with his drink. Like, you spilled his drink, and then door.
Mhm.
But
Char, I know you're a
Um,
huge Boba fan, but what do you say to people that keep saying it's too slow, that it's not off to a banger?
well, I was actually responding to a comment of my review of the show because someone
Mhm.
did say it was slow, and I was
Yeah.
like, it has to be. Like,
Mhm.
what did you expect it to be fast paced right off the bat? No, we have to find out what Boba Fett is doing and what he's been doing from Return of the Jedi till now.
Good
Like,
answer.
it's not gonna be fast paced. It's never gonna be close to being fast paced because if you have a character that essential to the story that's a fan favorite,
Right.
you can't rush his story. It needs to be well thought out and well produced. It's like if it was a character like, say, maybe Cad Bane, like a lesser character,
Mhm.
but
He's like-
but Boba Fett he's a very mainstream character. Like, there's many people out there that love this character, especially
Right.
myself and many other people, and the ones that we've been through in the live stream, like, for example, Brooke,
Yeah.
and
She
a
got me
bunch of people
into
that are on Star Wars
Yeah.
TikTok. So this next episode, I think it's going to pick up the speed. We've already got a decent rundown of what has been going on with Boba Fett.
Mhm.
And I think now it's going to be more about the business side of him being in the throne. And I forgot, what was that Twi'lek's name? Gara Phipps?
Yeah.
Gara Fwip? I think her name was. But I think we're going to see more of her in this next episode. And just to see what her purpose is and what she's doing on
Right.
Mos Espa.
No, yeah.
And why she's in the cantina and why she's such a big deal, because we have no idea.
The assassination attempt is definitely going to change dynamic for Boba himself. Everything changes for him from that point on. He knows he's completely unprotected. Had it not been for the Gamorrean Guard, we wouldn't have the show. I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing I want to say, just to give some hope to some of you guys. I know a
Mhm.
lot of people don't want the Mace Windu thing to happen, but I
Stop.
think Mace
No.
Windu will come in a flashback. It'll come
Oh.
in a flashback. I think we will see Boba Fett's point of view of
No.
when Mace Windu is charging towards Django, and then we'll see Boba's face when that happens.
Mace Windu
Because
is still
I know
alive.
it happens afterwards where we see his face, but
No.
not his
I
immediate
will
reaction.
not
Just like,
have that in
That-
this live
You
stream right
shut your
now.
mouth. You shut
You
your mouth.
shut your mouth.
You
Brian.
shut your mouth.
We
you shut your mouth.
he is dead as a fucking doorknob.
Did we see the head roll?
Doornail.
No, if I
Doornail.
don't see a head,
Doornail.
it's alive.
Yeah. So I see a dead body
Alright.
laying outside Palpatine's building on the ground.
Thank
like,
you.
Splat.
Thank
He's
you.
not dead.
No.
Thank you.
You
Thank
would
the
be
you.
body.
electrocuted and
So?
sent out of a fucking window.
He's a freaking Jedi master.
I've survived worse. Okay.
Brian,
I know Mace Windu is dead. I'm saying this right now. Mace Windu is dead.
I have
as a
gotten
But we can
electrocuted and
definitely,
fallen off
it's
a
a
ladder
definite
before.
possibility.
And I
We
didn't
can
die,
see him
so-
in this show. If we've already seen Geonosis, it's very likely we could see it again.
But are they
Maybe.
going to traumatize the audience even more? We already saw a different
No, we won't
perspective.
visually see Django getting his
Okay.
head sliced off again.
Okay.
But we'll get like a point of view of him charging, and then right when it happens, we'll have a close up of young Boba's face.
Okay, that would
Yeah.
And
work.
it's him just
Yeah, I
like
would
his
accept-
facial
I would accept
expressions and
that.
what he's doing and like hiding in that little
Yeah,
little
that would
cave
work.
that he's
that's
in.
But it would
okay
look
for me, but I
weird.
swear to God, if he shows
Because-
up and he's alive, I'm be really upset.
It'll explode.
Wait
It'll
a minute.
explode Twitter. Let me tell you that.
I will. Murder somebody.
Hashtag Mace Windu.
I will be
He
like.
lives.
I will be like, this is the way.
Oh my god!
We have
but if he does
we have
come
really
back, oh
gone
my
down
God, the
a dark
theories
path
will
that
not
nobody else can follow.
The theories
he's-
of Mace Windu will just continue to grow
Oh,
if he does
God.
come back.
There you go.
Please,
It would be cool to see him again.
please, dear God, don't
Char,
let this.
The only problem I
happen.
have with that is like the flashback to Geonosis was like just clips from Attack of the Clones. So like
Mhm.
it's something we all like
Besides
to
the
look.
besides
think-
the besides
what
the
footage are you
close-up.
going to use for
helmet.
this? That's not going to look cheesy.
Whoa.
Yeah, but you have to
He's
think
trying to get-
Yeah.
the kickstart to Boba Fett's trauma was watching his dad die
Yeah.
in front of his eyes.
Yeah, we got that.
That was
right?
the
His
first thing that
dad
we saw.
deserved it. What
And
did
especially in
you
the
think he was
flashbacks, that was the
doing?
first thing that we saw too.
Also, to your thing, Brian, it was a new shot though.
Wow.
It wasn't the same Attack and Clone.
I didn't
shot.
hear that. What was that?
It was by comparison.
He deserved it.
What do you mean? What
you said he
wasn't
deserved
the
it?
shot of him holding the helmet the same shot they used?
No,
it was a
no.
close
Because
up.
if you notice that the reek wasn't in the background, you know, the giant bowl.
No.
Yeah.
Because in
But
the Attack of the Clones,
it was
right
footage
behind
though.
him.
It was footage they had from that, wasn't it?
Yes,
it wasn't
it
like,
was-
reconstructed.
It wasn't reconstructed, but no, it was new footage though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now in that scene, you just see a bunch of B2s and B1s just lying on the floor. But in reality, there's
Right.
the execution beasts that are on the ground behind him. But I thought that scene was just well shot. So,
It was.
Even
it was
if they did remake it.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
which
Okay,
I think
bye,
they did.
Char. Go away, Char. You got
Yeah,
him.
get out of
Okay,
here.
I go now. Bye.
Goodbye.
Char.
We will see
Bye.
you
Bye,
on.
Char.
Bye-bye. Love you
on
guys.
Good
Wednesday.
day, sir. Goodbye.
4
Bye
kisses.
bye.
I'm kidding.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
Thank you.
They are necessary.
All right.
Okay,
Well, now that
I'm
we
the-
got the
I'm
Boba
the-
Fett out of here.
I'm the co-host now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Nice.
I do want to say like I didn't find the show like too slow. Like I was sitting
I didn't either.
on the edge of my
No.
couch like this
Me too.
the whole time for 38 minutes. Like everyone's like, "Oh, it was just a slow burn." So I'm like, "Did it?
No, it
Did I
wasn't.
miss that?" I don't know.
And there was a lot going on, like so many flashbacks of cool scenes with the Tuscans, with the Jawas, with the Geonosis, with the Camino, with Fennec Shan, with the Assassins, with the Cantina. I mean, what are they talking about?
Yeah, there was a ton
It's
going on. I
so
don't
much
know.
going on.
I don't
Excuse me.
understand. I don't understand how you can say that it was a slow burn, but
Mhm.
it's just people finding things to complain about just for the sake of complaining about it.
Not my Boba Fett.
Oh God, if that starts, I'm gonna
No, it
lose
already,
it. I
it
swear
already
to God.
did. It already did. It's annoying.
Seriously? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Not
Like-
my Boba Fett. He
Who-
doesn't get out of the Sarlacc pit like that.
Who is he? He's a bounty hunter with 4 lines of dialogue. What the hell are you? Who-
We have nothing to really go off of.
Right.
So stupid. It's on Twitter. You can go see it. If you just search up "not my Boba Fett," you'll see a bunch of people throwing hissy
Oh my
fits.
God. Do you guys
Twitter-
follow Boba Fett? She made a really good video on Boba Fett
yes.
characterization. The last one she made is fantastic. It's like, what are you projecting here? There's nothing to project. There's no character to be built from. So these are your own insecurities. I don't get it.
I will say he does, and I pointed this out to a lot of people. Like he does seem.
Kieran,
I
you're
don't
not
want to say
funny.
like weaker.
Kieran, you're
Slow
not
because
funny.
no Mace Windu. He
You're
did
not
seem to
funny,
like he had a
Kieran, stop
better.
it.
He did a better job dispatching all the stormtroopers in like the Mandalorian than he did against those assassins or whatever they were in this show. And you would also think like he should be in kind of better shape now with like the Bacta whatever. I don't know. Obviously they had shields and it was a different situation. And what
Yes.
happens is really up to the writing than anything
Yeah.
else. But it was just like he seemed like with a stick he did a better job against all the stormtroopers than he did with his full suit of armor on here.
But keep in mind the context, because they're walking through the town unexpectedly. All of a sudden, they're cornered while he barged into the battle that he knew he was going up against. So he might have been a mental preparation too. Just something, yeah.
Let's talk about the cantina scene though.
How beautiful is it inside of that shitty ass fucking planet that needs to be nuked out of existence? God, I hate Tatooine.
I love Tatooine. Tatooine is great. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite planet. If I could choose the planet to live on for the rest of my life, it'd be Kashyyyk. I love Kashyyyk.
It's a little wet for me.
Too humid. Way too humid.
I don't care. I get to hang out with fucking Wookiees all day. Are you kidding me? I get to go swing and meet that big ass bird that you meet in Jedi Fallen Order. I am here for it.
It's my least favorite planet in Jedi Fallen Order because it's kind of gross a lot of times, a lot of like sticky things too. So I feel like mosquitoes would eat me.
Guess what? Alive. You're with Wookiees. They know how to live there.
I guess.
Don't have anything to worry about.
I'm probably going to Naboo. Naboo seems nice. The weather seems nicer.
Ideally, Naboo.
Oh, come on.
Ideally, Naboo. It's pretty.
Homeworld of the worst ruler, the greatest fascist ruler in the entire galaxy.
Sheev? Who cares? That doesn't matter.
He dead. That bitch dead. I'm gonna go enjoy the greenery and the.
He's dead again. This time he's dead.
Dead.
I don't trust anything anymore.
No one's ever really gone.
So that's the homeworld of the
like Mace Windu.
You guys are something.
So Kieran, for context, he is a Thrawn simp.
Who isn't?
So he says that Sheila is all planets Sheila. He would die for Thrawn. He's going to be an absolute menace when Thrawn shows up in Ahsoka.
Oh god, that's gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna be a menace when Thrawn shows up in Ahsoka. Come on,
dude. I'm gonna be a menace during the Kenobi show. I'm gonna be a menace during everything else. I'm just gonna be a menace the entire 2022. So just get ready for it.
So if Mace Windu does show up, are you gonna go full Joker on your?
No, podcast? I'm just gonna be like, nope, we're done. We're done here. But we're done here. Mace Windu should not have shown up. I will not agree with it. But you know what? I will love it because it's Star Wars. It's what we're here for. But
Sam Jackson with the purple lightsaber. Jackson. I'll take it.
Yes.
I'll take it.
I mean, his old ass. He's
73.
He looks like he's 50. He doesn't look 73 at all.
I thought he was 50 something the whole time, and then I think on Jacob's video he pointed out I was 73. I'm like, amazing.
The shots from like Secret Invasion, they made him look a lot older. His hair looks a little messier, but who knows what's going on with that? We'll see.
Something like Captain Marvel, where his face is physically de-aged. He looks really good.
Yeah. So Vanessa, hi Vanessa, says Naboo. Everybody's getting with Naboo. No.
It's just, it's nice. It's nice. I think that's the gist of it.
But I like the trees. I like the swinging. I like
the humidity
Tarzan aspect.
There's trees on Naboo.
Exactly.
But the jungles aren't badass like Kashyyyk.
Everything will eat you there. Everything will eat you.
No. He sims for Haley Steinfeld. Obviously, you got it wrong.
He does. He simps for Haley Steinfeld like I simp for Florence Pugh.
Again, after Hawkeye, who doesn't? I mean, that was just perfection.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's right. No,
sorry, mommy. Sorry,
mommy. Sorry, mommy.
Sorry, mommy.
Although Fennec is my newest mommy and top of the game. That's it.
Like
Fennec
it literally is.
Everybody else.
It literally, Naboo is literally Space Italy.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yes, that's a good comparison.
Yeah, Vanessa, that's very, very true.
Luke is like, what can I compare a Kashyyyk to?
I can't.
Kashyyyk is Florida. It's Florida.
No, it's
like
not.
Everglades, alligators, trees.
If you were gonna sell Kashyyyk, that's not the word.
I'm not trying to sell it. He is.
I don't know how to say her last name. Okay, Vanessa.
That's what I heard. He said "pow." He said "pow," and I was making a face. I was like,
No, who's she?
I hate.
Is that like a Chinese like dish? Like I can get it like my local Chinese
Maybe.
place?
Pow!
Pow.
Like in
That is the most Midwest
like
pronunciation of a name
like
I've ever heard in my life.
like in Step Brothers when the guy just keeps going pow.
No, don't.
You know what? I gotta say, her
Florida.
Eastern,
What's
her
he
Eastern
saying?
European
Tatooine
accent
and
wasn't
Jack-
bad.
No.
No, Florida is worse. Yeah. I was gonna say her Eastern European accent, and I would know it's actually not bad. She pretty nailed it. So.
Oh,
There you
she
go.
is.
She's really, really good. It didn't sound corny to me. Like he's trying real hard to be Russian, and so it was
No,
nice.
don't do it. Don't do the voice. Don't do a voice. Don't do it. It'll be
No,
bad.
I'm not gonna do a voice.
Okay.
You have
I
to.
just
What
am simping.
voice?
I'm just simping hard.
Everyone thinks they can do like an Eastern European voice, and
I
we all
can't
sit
do
there
a,
and,
I
like,
can't do a
perfect.
Russian accent. I can't do East European. I can't do it. I would
I'll be
I
the
would
judge.
literally
Go.
just
I'm just kidding.
exactly no yeah nope not happening.
Luke
Not
from the
gonna follow-
Soviet
Not
Russia.
gonna follow.
Look from the Soviet Mother
Not-
gosh.
Not going to fall in that pit. I'm not gonna fall in that part.
This is
that
the
pit.
one time
Not
you
Pun
gonna-
won't step in the
intended.
trap. Yeah.
Pew.
Pu.
Yeah.
Pew. Okay.
It's
Thank you,
Florence
Vanessa.
Pugh,
Thank
like
you,
a-
Vanessa,
like a
for not being a
blaster.
jerk. And
No.
making fun of
Like
me.
like
Thank
you ever
you.
been to church? Like a pew?
Like a pew? Florence
pew?
Pew.
Like a
Pew.
blaster, like pew 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 pew.
Yes.
She's
What?
dating.
That's
She's dating JD from
crazy.
Scrubs.
I
Jason,
know.
Yes.
I am
Crazy.
jealous of that man. Ugh.
Yep, I didn't know that until like a few weeks ago. I'm like, really? Wow.
He really outkicked.
He
his
leveled
coverage.
up.
Yeah, he outkicked his
Mm,
coverage.
absolutely.
He definitely did.
Okay,
no,
okay,
so
football
can't-
pun boy.
Stop it.
No one says that though. I've literally never heard anyone say he outkicked his coverage.
What? You've never heard that?
No,
Outkicking
no
your
one
coverage?
uses football puns like that. Stop it.
It's quite football-y. Yeah. he's
Whatever.
he's in AFC West mode, winning 6 times in a row. So I get it. Go for
Is
it.
that-
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
what
me,
you use
and,
your
yeah,
hat?
me and JJ are Chiefs fans. So.
Ew, that's
Oh.
disgusting. That's disgusting.
What? You're disgusting. I mean, what? If you say Raiders or Patriots or
No,
Bills, I will fucking
I'm
lose
with-
it.
Yeah,
Bucks
he's
hat.
I'm-
Bucks fan.
I'm a
Sorry, I
Giants
can't
fan,
see.
so I just don't care
Bucks.
about football.
Oh, it's Bucks.
Buccaneers.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys killed us. Ugh, that was a very bad Super Bowl for me. Yeah.
You say coverage, and I think cell phones.
Welcome. This is an ad for AT&T. Our
Can you hear me
overlords
now?
that
Verizon, can you
rule
hear me
us all.
now? Can you hear me now?
hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
AT&T are overlords that rule us all. And
I
I
haven't
don't
or
even watch
dominate
football
everything.
because I'm a Giants fan and I give up. Brian!
Giants.
Yes! Yes!
You spirit
I
animals.
watched them lose a
aside.
lot this year. It
Yes.
was great. Are we
I
at 2
love
wins, 3
this.
wins, 2 wins? I think we got 2 wins, right?
No, you got 4 wins.
No, we don't. Do we really?
Yes, you do.
There's no way.
My phone's
Check
taken up. I can't look at the
Harry,
record.
check it out. Check it
Somebody
out.
look up Giants records,
Where's
please.
my ESPN
I
app
got
here?
it.
Hold on.
We have gone from talking about Boba Fett. to
Yeah,
talking
we
about
did.
4 and
football
11.
to
Literally,
porn.
the
They are
Florence
4 and
Pugh-
11.
4 and 11.
Boom!
4 and 11. 4 and
Yeah!
11. We're doing so well.
I don't even know your team, and I know how many wins they have.
Oh, I
You
knew it
mean-
wasn't good. I
You
knew
mean
it wasn't
you guys have the greatest quarterback of all time, Mike Glennon?
good. He was with Bears here in
Don't worry.
Chicago for a
Yeah,
while.
Tampa,
Stop.
We're on to
different
hockey.
quarterback.
The Rangers are going all this way this year. Don't worry.
No, it's the
Don't worry.
Islanders.
Islanders.
The Islanders.
The Islanders.
Who's
Dude.
an Islanders fan?
I'm.
No,
I don't
Blackhawks.
care about. I don't care about.
Blackhawks.
I don't. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't care about hockey. If I had to choose a team, it would be the Blackhawks because I'm
My-
closer to Chicago.
My second team is the Lightning because my uncle who lives in Florida
Hey.
used to send me Lightning stuff. So like at least they're usually pretty decent. So
Well, they won the Stanley Cup last year, so
Mhm.
Back to
last year,
back.
I thought it was 2 years. Oh, it was 2 years ago. Last
You
year.
knew
Okay.
it too.
Do I-
I think
Yeah,
back to
they
back,
won.
wasn't it?
Yeah, back to back. First time.
So-
But back to the cantina.
Mac Daddy
Uh,
Where we
Jones.
watch all the sports at the cantina. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So there was a ton of like Easter eggs and like stuff that were. So obviously we see my boy, Max Rebo,
Oh,
jamming on the
Yeah.
piano like
That was-
keyboard. key
That was
thing.
fantastic.
I was like, that's why I posted that TikTok of him of the robot chicken because I was like, that's exactly what that. Like, there's too many things that are a coincidence. Like, I would like in that clip, Max Rebo's like he comes out of the rubble of the explosion on Jabba's sail barge, and he's like, "Oh man, there's dead size noodles and another one I can't remember the drummer who's dead." He's like, "I can't do anything with the singer dead and the piano man dead, man." And then he's like, he goes over to the Sarlacc pit and he's like, "What the is this?" And then he's like, "Hey," like you can hear Boba say, "Hey, jazz stereotype. Can you throw down a rope? Man, there's no one up here. Like, there ain't no rope."
Did you say you posted that on your TikTok?
Yes.
I'll go look for it. I have to. This is hilarious.
And he's just like, I will pay you for a king's rope. And he just walks away from Weequay and from not Weequay, but I can't remember the guy that he's with who Boba's with down in the Sarlacc pit. But he walks away and he's like, "I gotta make it to the gig, man." So then you see another cut and he walks down these stairs and into this room and he's like, "I made it to the gig, man." And all you see is the Cantina band from episode 4 playing. And he's like, "Mother, man, you gave away, man. I did a thing, man. Fuck, man. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go jump in that desert pit." And then it cuts. Oh my god, it's great. But like I saw
that was fantastic, Luke. By the way, the
I-
whole narration of that was.
It was like it's so funny. Like when I saw Max Rebo, I was like, yes. And John Williams wrote that
He did.
piece of Cantina music. Yes, it's a little different. He's actually credited at the end of the episode for Cantina, not Cantina
awesome.
band. I think it's a different thing, but it's Cantina.
The jazzy version of it. And
Yeah,
also,
jazzy version. Yeah, so yeah, go Harith.
I was gonna say the crossover we thought we didn't need. Max Rebo, the Cantina band.
Yes.
Finger Dole, the Mold plus Max Rebo. Come on, it slaps.
But speaking of music, Mando or Boba theme?
Oh, the intro theme, yeah.
The Boba theme does slap. But
It slaps. It slaps so good. It's so good.
It does. It does slap really freaking well. Like, but so we see Max Rebo, we see the Cantina music hearing, and and Boba, like, it's just like, well, even before when they're walking in the town, Fennec's like, "You should have gotten the litter," and he's like, "Why?
I got perfectly good legs. I can walk."
Yeah. He's like, "I am gonna strap up my boots the same, just like anybody else." Boba Fett. Ha ha ha. So he's walking in. These people are like, "Can we take your helmets?" And she was saying that he should be just like Jabba, that he should know their ways, or can't remember the wording. What was the wording again, guys?
That's the gist of it, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know word for word.
But they are really driving that point throughout literally the whole episode on Tatooine. Hey, you're doing things that are not the way these people recognize them.
Yeah.
The whole time that's referenced. That's got to have some larger meaning.
No, yeah, absolutely. And like, Boba is just like, "I don't care. Like, we're trying to be different anyway." So like when they walk in, they're like, "Can we take your helmets?" And Fennec's like, "No, we're good." And then Boba's like, "No, take the helmets." And he's like, and then he says the exact phrase that she had told him walking into there, and she like Fennec just is like,
respect there, yeah.
It's like,
"How dare you throw my words back at me?"
Yeah, how dare you? And then the woman Twi'lek shows up, and I think she's going to be a huge player in this whole thing.
You think so?
I think her and the mayor are going to be in cahoots. I think somehow they're going to try to go after Boba and take over the Hutt cartel, because
you're talking about Jennifer Beals, right?
Yeah, Jennifer Beals.
Okay, when I saw her, I had a minor stroke. God, she looks so fucking good. Like I can't get over it.
Yeah,
and she's in her 50s too, I believe, at this point.
Oh,
what?
Yeah,
she's like 55 or something. Yeah,
something like
wow.
that. Exactly.
What?
Watch Flashdance, people, if you haven't.
Good skincare routine.
Mommy, sorry, mommy,
mommy right there.
Mommy, like literally mommy. Sorry,
literal mom.
So
wear SPF, people.
Yes. Put your sunscreen on.
That's exactly right.
So he shows up, she shows up, and I just get like boss bitch vibes for sure. Like she comes in. She knows how to play the string. She's like, "What is She goes, "Do you want us to hose down your Gamorreans while you're here?" And I was like, thinking to myself, the Gamorreans get care here?
But okay, it sounds like kind of like Old West when you like pull up to a saloon and they want to like
your
water
horse-
and feed your horses.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And you're like,
That's exactly right.
okay,
Sure.
weird.
And
But
like
I'll
Boba's
roll
like,
with it.
yeah, Boba's like, nah, this ain't gonna
Well, he's
take
like, we're not
long."
gonna be here that long. He's like, why would
Right.
I wait around for that?
And
But
they
then
had
where
a
do they
weird-
go anyways?
yeah.
They still
Right.
disappeared. What happened?
I don't know.
They had a
Yeah.
weird sexual tension, though, in my opinion, a little bit. There was
Yeah.
sexual tension between
Oh,
them.
when she touched his arm,
I'm sorry, the hands always worked. Like that's
I'm
an
like-
implication.
I'm like, okay, lady, no.
Tamura,
No,
though,
Yes.
looks
Yes.
Boba.
amazing.
Yes. What?
Yeah, Brian's like, yes,
Yes.
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 I want to see this.
This is
Lilac, Boba, let's go for it.
shipping fandoms reunite. I mean, emerge.
Yeah. What were your guys' thoughts on like the cantina scene as a whole? Like, there's a ton of stuff.
Buff
going on.
Ryloth. Come on, got that buff Twilight just walking in like.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, and and Boba's like, okay,
Okay.
he just shows up like he's about to like Hulk out. You're like, "This is great, man. You really
yeah,
got
are
buff
you the
shape."
Hulk? Are you like the manifestation of a Star Wars Hulk? Because that's what you look like. You're a Twilight that looks like Hulk. But like,
Cantina looked a little too nice to me. I don't remember it being like nice furniture, nice light, AC. Apparently, if I'm trying to think of the older movies. Like I thought it was a bit more run down.
so
That looked high end over there.
I think it was a
Mos
different cantina because they're not
Oh.
in Mos Eisley anyway.
You're
They're in
right,
Mos
yeah.
Espa.
You're right.
So, and I
mixed up my
believe,
cities. Yeah.
but I believe Mos Espa is the capital of Tatooine, if
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. Right?
That would make sense.
It's the
Um,
higher class city. I don't know if it's the capital, but it's the higher class city of that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So that explains it why it's
Much nicer looking. Yeah.
much nicer. But like there was so much to like look at. Like
Mhm.
that's why I had to rewatch the episode multiple times because I was like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in that scene. Like you can see the robot that's doing the poker table. He's in his type of droid is in the first season of Rebels. He's the pilot in season
Oh right. Yeah.
1 of the no, he's in season that robot's in season 1 and season 2, correct?
Correct.
So that was an Easter egg. Like, there's just so much going on, and I absolutely loved it because it was like it gave me episode 4 vibes because it was a cantina. But
Yeah.
like,
They were really building that world. They were really building
yeah.
that whole episode, which was nice.
that had to have
Which was
been
nice.
set. That couldn't have been the new type of technology that they've been using, right? Or could they do that?
They could do that probably. Maybe like the very background is the scream, and they've just set everything around it. That'd be my guess.
And keep in mind, Robert Rodriguez has a lot of directing experience and knowledge of like the Western style movie
Oh,
making. So
true.
to me, definitely his influences are very much present in this episode. So
For sure.
Brian, what did you see in that cantina? Like anything that really caught your eye? A couple of
besides
watches
Max Rebo.
ago? Yeah, besides Max Rebo.
Honestly, like I kind of rewatched parts of it, but that was like the one part I didn't go back and rewatch. So like I don't remember everything that was going on in the background. Like it kind of like fell out of my head after watching it the first time. So I don't actually remember a lot in the
Once
canteen.
you see Jennifer Beals, it's like whoop, blind to everything.
And I truly believe that she will be either. I don't know if she's going to be a love interest of Boba, but I think she's going to be obviously a plot, either a plot device, where she'll be like
Antagonist.
an antagonist in some sort.
You know
I
what?
think her and the mayor are going to be in cahoots.
But
That's what I think.
But if we've learned anything this week from Hawkeye, then not every evil-looking and presumably evil character is evil.
Yeah, I guess so.
So who knows?
Like-
There might be subverting our expectation here a little bit because she does come off a bit not antagonistic, but like almost boss bitch type of vibe that could be in
Yes.
cahoots with the mayor. But again, it's so unpredictable at this point.
No,
Could
yeah,
she be an ally?
Possible.
It's possible.
maybe
possibly. Yeah, but
it's hard to say.
Harris, what did you see anything interesting from the cantina?
No, much to say.
Or about the Twi'lek? What are your thoughts on her and stuff like that?
Well, no. Again, there's not really much that stood out to me in the cantina, besides the Twi'leks, and I love how, like, again, like you said, like how they're like very decisive of like how they treat Boba and like how their kind of like attitude kind of changes once they're like, oh, you're the crime lord, we have to kind of treat you nicer. So
Yep.
I kind of like how that sets up that world building view, and I kind of agree that she's gonna come back and play later in the show.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
for sure. So then they get the credits. Obviously, like Char was talking about, Republic credits do work 5 years. 20 or 30 years after when they don't work.
Correct.
But then again, also that was Mos Eisley. It's not Mos Espa. So
But it's still the
Right?
same planet, so it doesn't matter.
wait, hold on. Maybe I'm getting these. In the prequels, they go to Mos Eisley, correct?
No,
Not
many-
Mos Espa.
Anybody got a computer handy? Because I don't.
Well, Harris does. Harris looking
Um,
it up right now. I thought they went to Mos Eisley.
no, they're on Mos Espa in Phantom Menace.
Oh, they
Hmm.
are. Okay, so then it has changed. I always thought it was Mos Eisley for some reason. I don't know why, but I did. Yeah, David also confirmed that they will be in that they went to. Yeah, that's true as well.
I hear a cat.
I hear it.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
No,
it's
no,
okay.
you're good. No, yeah, we encourage pets on the podcast because most of us have some, except for Brian. Brian doesn't have
Yeah.
a dog, do you?
No.
Loser.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It is Mos Espa in Book of Boba.
It is okay. I
Unfortunate.
thought so. But so then we get them outside, and then we get to see the action of the episode.
That was a great
Um,
scene.
Who
Yeah.
do we think hired the assassins? Do we
Crimson
think it was the
Dawn.
mayor?
Crimson Dawn, obviously.
Why
I'm
do you
on
say that?
I'm on that bandwagon just because of War of Bounty Hunters and like them building up like the mysterious gang that's taking over Tatooine. And I think Kira is trying to like establish dominance in the criminal underworld, and I think she's just taking over planet by planet.
Well, here's the thing, though, Harith. She has to survive Crimson Reign. If
Mm.
she
I
doesn't,
think-
then
I think she will, honestly. I think she'll survive the entire OT.
okay. So then, how is that relationship gonna work with her and Han and Leia?
Well, again,
That's
she's
gonna be weird.
again like she could easily just go back and hide in the criminal underworld shadows. She doesn't have to be out there constantly.
Oh, that's true.
Do you think the show is going to be actually that ambitious?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
there's a theory out there. I think it's from Star Wars Explained, I remember correctly. He
Okay.
was saying that the show is basically going to end. His theory is it's going to end with the Boba reuniting the criminal underworld to take down the remnants of the Empire against Thrawn.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
his theory.
That
So
seems
then
like a
that's how that-
lot.
So
That's
that's
how it is in Legends.
so that's how that's gonna work. So what you're saying is that Boba's gonna get everybody to go on one side with the
Yeah.
New Republic and fight off Thrawn with the New
Remnants of the
Republic.
Empire was teaming up, and I assume it'll tie into the Mandalorian because the Mandalorians will be against Thrawn and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So it's all one big giant crossover.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh shit, that might be better than Endgame for me.
Yeah.
God damn.
No, yeah, that's it. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense.
That makes more sense actually. I was thinking more local, either Jennifer Beals character, I forget her name, or the mayor or somebody else.
I thought it was the mayor, but now that you say Kira, oh man, like
Mhm.
if Amelia Clark shows up, like I'm done.
And
I'm
you know,
like I'm
and
like
if she-
sorry, mommy, sorry. Like her as Kira is just she could do no wrong. I
And if
would
she-
follow that lady to the ends of the galaxy,
same.
and I would
same.
let her just do whatever. If she threw me off to a planet and never picked me up, and I found my way back to her, I would forgive her.
Spit on me, mommy. It's okay.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah, pretty.
I think we could just rename this episode Boba Fett Roundtable, the one with the simping.
Yes.
Because it's out of control with the freaking it's out of control
No.
lately.
I
But
don't-
let me go back to what you just said about Emilia Clarke. If that happens, if Kira shows up and it's Emilia Clarke, how good is Lucasfilm at concealing fucking details about casting, about plot, and about everything that's going on if that
Well,
happens.
think about this. They held Luke's secret from Mando season 2 finale really, really well.
That
So
is true.
I
That
mean,
is
they've done it. They've done it
They
very, very well in the past.
good point.
they
Good
held
point.
Ahsoka and Boba pretty well, but Tamora Morrison accidentally leaked it, and then Rosario Dawson was hidden pretty well for a while. Obviously, there was rumors that she was in Mando season 2, but it was never confirmed. They hid it
That's
pretty well.
true. They're
And-
very good about that. Very
Well,
good.
and the casting was because of that the fan art. That's how
Yeah.
that's how she got Ahsoka, because she had seen the fan art, and then she also was like she watched the Clone Wars.
And
Doesn't she
everybody
have
was wanted
kids,
her.
too?
Yeah. Oh, she's older. Yeah, Rosario Dawson, but she's been in people's minds forever for Ahsoka casting. This wasn't like new.
Well, and
So-
also the fact that her and Hayden did a movie together in the early
Yes.
2000s as
Yeah, you're right.
well.
Mhm.
What movie were they in together? I can't remember. It wasn't
I've s-
Jumper.
I've seen that. No, it wasn't Jumper. That was with his girlfriend at the time. But I've seen a red carpet image of them, and people
Shattered
were like
Glass.
posting it.
Shattered
Shattered
Glass.
Glass. Yes.
Yes.
Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God, that's
yeah,
an
yeah.
old one. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
so,
a journalism story, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't that the film that Hayden got an Oscar for, or it was in the running for an Oscar? With Shattered Glass, it was an Oscar piece. I remember correctly.
It was a nicely reviewed movie, that's for sure. One of his better ones, quality wise, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
Because Jumper was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Unfortunately.
even tell me Hayden? Oh, not all of Hayden's movies are winners.
Come on.
So David says Kira fighting Boba using Teras Kasi or Fennec. Yes.
Can
Can you
That-
imagine
Speaking-
that? Can you imagine that?
That would be awesome.
Speaking of the fight scene, I pointed out during my reaction, the shields they're using, it's the same shield for Master and Apprentice.
Yes.
A good
And they're
point.
using not kyber crystals, but different type of crystals. What are those called?
Oh,
For the shields you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
Koba. Or
Yeah.
not.
the Kyber that is in Kyber, yes.
Yes, yeah. They use different crystals that are actually in. I found that very fascinating, and I like how they grabbed that from a book or a novel.
Mhm.
So people that say that novels or books aren't canon or they don't matter, ha!
No, that's
Gotcha,
yeah.
bitch.
Such a
Gotcha,
simplistic
bitch.
view. Like, come on, they're gonna pull examples and resources from everywhere they can. I mean,
No,
that's,
yeah. So that was cool, and
that was the
and
coolest thing.
And seeing Boba struggle though, like still, even like when Brian was saying he's been in the back to tank or back to pod, and like he's still you see him, he's still not to 100%.
Right.
Like we don't know what the Sarlacc pits damage
effects are.
really is. Yeah, we don't really know the extent of the damage that was done to him in the Sarlacc pit. We know that it's digestive, can burn. Like if you look at the Stormtrooper, like his armor is starting to like
Right.
peel away.
But it's more than just physical. Keep in
Yeah,
mind, he's
mental,
been
yeah.
tortured and he's been held captive. He's been, I mean, body and mind went through trauma, and they were really trying to drive that point to a point where I thought it was a little too graphic for a Disney show.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, like getting just like the flashbacks to like with the Tuscans, and like we were saying earlier, it does really humanize them towards the end when he fights the four-armed Pokemon.
yeah.
That everybody's Mitch
You mean
man,
that-
or
The
That was the hottest person in the whole show. What are you guys talking about? If you're gonna simp for
Don't-
something,
Don't
the thing
you
had like a
start.
12-pack. Had like a 12-pack. Come on.
dude, he was ripped out of his mind. He
ripped.
didn't know.
Yeah.
New kink, Star Wars fans.
There you
Yep.
go.
Forearms.
I mean,
Free,
if people
free.
already sexualize Pokemon, then like this isn't
I
worse.
don't
Next level up.
Did anybody else think that was a Rancor at the beginning? By
I
looking
thought
at
it was
the hands?
Rancor.
Same.
I did too. And then when we saw like the face, I was like, wait, hold on. We have no idea what this is, a new creature. Like I thought, well, I originally thought when they got to like the hand part, I was like, oh, is that a crate dragon? Like then I was like, no, that's way too small to be a crate dragon.
Right.
And then we see the four-arm Pokemon. I'm like,
What's going on?
okay. So this is terrifying. Takes out the Rhodian, which, by the way, that Rhodian is a snitching bitch. Fuck that guy. Fuck the Rhodian. He's the
Like,
worst.
if you would shut your mouth, we could have both escaped.
Yeah.
or like Boba at that point could have just taken off himself. like screw everybody else. But then again, it changes the narrative.
He was
Not
only
the
going to get
villain
away if he
anymore.
could get away quietly. He wasn't going to get away running because they
Nope.
Yeah.
caught him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And I
absolutely.
like how the beast's back was conveniently curved for Boba to jump on and pull a Leia.
Yeah, at first, and because Carter pointed out in the reaction when the thing was coming, the real foot crate dragon, and then it came in with like Rancor, and then we're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that
No,
Goro,
yeah.
man. I was like, Goro, holy shit.
Giant.
Yeah,
giant
he
lizard.
goes. He was hoping it was a Gora. David thought I was hoping the Gora creature was another breed of crate dragon, because there's been so many crate adaptations. I wanted to see them put into canon that there are different types. Yeah, that would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
And snitchers get stitches, and in this case, a
Just
flat face.
straight into the face.
Dude,
Crushed
like
him.
that thing was intimidating as hell.
What, the creature?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
In the Little Tuscan Raider, I was like, dude,
They sent a child too? That was weird to me. They sent a child to accompany.
Well, yeah.
Did I misunderstand that scene?
No.
That's a kid.
Right?
Yeah, it was a youngling. They
young,
Boba literally
yeah.
said to him, "Aren't you a youngling?"
Yeah, pretty much. Well, even before they get to the creature, they get to I freaked out because I thought it was the Lars homestead that they had gone to.
Me too.
Before I was like, holy shit,
Shit,
we're seeing the Lars, and everybody's like, no, it's not that. And I was like,
It's just a homestead.
darn it.
Fucking
Well,
Tatooine. Everything
been
looks the
dead,
same and
like-
terrible.
No,
Yeah,
you know what?
but
It
we
would have
don't know
been
what
cool. It would have been cool. I don't know actually much of his story though. If it was like someone like Cobb Vanth or something, like that would be cool. If that was like part of like kind of like his origin story to be like, because I don't know. He was in what, like the Aftermath? What books was he
Yes.
in?
Aftermath trilogy, yes.
Okay.
Aftermath.
Short
He's
stories
only in
in
the
3 of
first
them.
one.
How about short
But, like,
stories in all 3?
Do you know much of his story
I
after he
don't
like ends up back on Tatooine, like before Mando?
No.
Okay. So
Not
it would have
that
been interesting if like he had like a family and like they were all killed by like, you know, a gang or something, and that's how he decided to
Mysterious
become like
gang.
So
the sheriff or whatever of that
Yeah.
that town.
So speaking of that gang, I think this is the gang that shows up in Bloodline.
Oh, okay.
This gang was enslaved by the Hutts, and after Leia kills Jabba the Hutt, she meets up with this gang 30 years later, and they worship her because she's the one that freed them, because the Hutts are all gone. And they have a similar logo, apparently. You never see the logo in the book, but the way they are described, the types of creatures that they fit that narrative. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that gang is what we see in Bloodline.
Did you see Elements video on that?
Yeah, with the Crimson Dawn, he said
Yes.
it looks similar to a ship that
Correct,
they were flying
yeah.
in War of the Bounty Hunters.
And a potential Quinlan Voss appearance. So
As a joke, yeah, that's his
yeah.
tag.
But
Yeah.
that I'm like, why would you say that? Like, my heart can't handle it.
No, yeah.
But,
I think they're gonna end up being a big player. Like that gang is gonna be. If there's a season 2, I think they could be a big player. Maybe not this season, especially if we already see Kira. So that means that Crimson Dawn's gonna be a factor as well.
you see, I didn't even realize they're gonna go that big. They're gonna try and connect everything, all the other shows together. Yeah,
that's what Marvel's doing with all their shows, all their movies. But I mean, with Star Wars,
that makes sense.
They have a whole new audience with books, comics. They have everything that ties into their material.
And War of the Bounty Hunters was made to be a tie-in to Book of Boba, one way or another. Even small bounty hunters or something.
It's funny with Star Wars, like how big the universe is, but like how small like all the media is.
It feels,
because, like, it's like all this small group of people connected through time. It's not like, so like they, you know, some of the books have kind of branched off pretty far, but like all the visual media is all like, it's so interconnected. It's not even funny sometimes, which like in some ways is good. In some ways it's like they could tell other stories that like don't have anything to do with it, but people would be like, why am I watching this? How does this connect to like the, you know, the Skywalker saga or this, that? So it's like they've kind of like, they're almost trapped in this, but we'll see how they go with that down the line. It is, that's why the High Republic is cool, because it's like so far detached that like,
yeah.
but it's still gonna like, I guarantee it's still gonna tie together with stuff leading into like the prequels.
Oh yeah,
and
it
Oh, yeah,
has
it
to.
will.
Master Apprentice.
It has
So like
to.
Oh well,
it's inevitable.
but I enjoy it.
But the fact that they're pulling in all these characters from media that's technically not mainstream, you know what I mean? Unlike what Marvel does with their familiar franchises, I think it's credit to Lucasfilm and what they're trying to achieve here, that they can create all this world based on obscure characters with very few lines of dialogue, and we get all excited over it. I think it's to their credit to what they're doing right now.
So, we see more of the
Since
flashbacks.
Disney
and stuff
Star
like
Wars
that.
can do no wrong and made 3 great sequels. All 3 of them perfect.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're okay. I like Force Awakens. I like The Last Jedi. I don't like The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I know. I know, JJ.
We know.
And that's oh,
That's fine.
entire
It's fine. It's
personality.
fine.
A while the
Brooke,
Dazzler
Oh, hey,
appears.
Brooke.
the Boba Fett simp, the
Yep.
Stan. While we are on the topic of Brooke, go follow her on TikTok, B_Dazzler. Go to her Etsy shop, Far Far Away Factory. She has awesome stuff. She does customizations. She did a customization that unfortunately didn't work out. I have it, but I have some ideas on what we can do. But that will be something that we talk about. But go follow her. Go get her stuff. She does amazing work. She's just the best. If you want anything Star Wars, I think she does other stuff as well. I think she does Marvel as well.
Yeah, she did a couple Marvel shirts, that kind of stuff.
Marvel shirts. She buys Air Force Ones and customizes them. She does just an amazing job. So if you guys are looking for more Star Wars merch, definitely go head up Far Far Away Factory in Brooke. I'm sure she'll start making stuff for Boba Fett here if she hasn't already. But Max Rebo spinoff, I would watch, especially if you put the voice. Yeah, she just said got lots of stuff coming for 2022. Absolutely.
It's awesome.
I'm really, really excited. It's gonna be awesome. But guys, we've gone through the whole episode. We've kind of given our thoughts. So for next week, prediction time. What do you think will happen? What do you want to see? Kind of plot stuff. Or what do you think we'll see? JJ, I'll start with you.
Repercussions of the assassination attempt. They're gonna definitely visit or try to figure out who did, especially now when they captured one of the assassins alive. So there's gonna be some interrogation there. I think Fennec might go on a mission to figure out what's going on. They're gonna try to establish his power more among the people, and figure out what's going on. Who are their enemies and why they're trying to kill him. That has to happen. I mean, repercussions of that assassination attempt are not gonna go lightly away. So
yeah.
I think the whole episode is going to be focused on that. The crime syndicate of it all, like who's behind things.
Gotcha. Brian?
So, like piggybacking off what JJ said, it's like interesting to like, what's your reaction to that attack? Do you kind of go to the other extreme and just go start like blasting up like the bar, or like you go attack the mayor's people? Like you don't even know who did it, but you're just like immediately like you're like there
reacting.
needs to be some kind of payback. We're definitely going to see obviously more of him, back in time with the Tuskens, and we'll see. I don't know how fast that's going to progress, because like it might be like over. This is an 8-episode show, right?
Yeah, just like
7.
Mando.
It's only 8.
Thought it was 7.
Let me look at it. Pretty sure it was
That
8.
doesn't sound a lot. I don't know.
I know, but then again, like Hawkeye was 6, and it like I
That's
wish we had
true.
more, but it was
Yeah,
still like a lot.
Hawkeye needed more. I felt like it was rushed.
But I think we'll definitely. I don't know how fast we're gonna progress with like him with the Tusken Raiders and the kid, but like they're definitely gonna we'll see some more adventures. We'll see their
7?
interaction with
7.
7. Okay. I definitely think we'll see that gang of Raiders again, because like it was not like by accident that they just went and watched that. I don't think the kid was trying to find that. It was more like they were out hunting for those stupid like water nuts or whatever they were.
And
Right,
they just
right.
happened. It was coincidence.
It was, yeah, it felt like a coincidence.
Because it'd be really weird if the kid knew that house was about to get sacked by a bunch of raiders, and it's just like, let's just go watch this.
Right.
Yeah. This is what we do for fun.
Someone tweeted out this is going to happen later, so like we're just going to show up.
Yeah. We got.
But I hope we get to meet like the mayor in this episode, which is possibly what we see in the trailer was like an Ithorian.
Yes.
You're right. That might be it.
So like
point.
They seemed important, right? In the trailer, you saw them like sitting in a chair in the middle of like a big room. So it's like probably, unless it's another crime lord.
Right.
Which the mayor seems like the mayor is their own crime lord, basically at this point. Like nothing on Tatooine is like the governments are. It's just by name, like Boba could be like, I'm the governor of Mos Espa. Like it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Like,
You're just
no one
saying
elected
words.
this. No one elected this mayor. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I could say words too. I rule this. What are you gonna do?
I am the king of the castle.
That's it. That's it.
Harith.
Just build off what Brian said. I think definitely more flashbacks, seeing Boba kind of become more like apparent to the Tusken Raider ways, learning how to fight with I forgot to go like their giant staffs.
Gappy stick.
The Gappy sticks. I definitely see him more learning how to fight with that. Maybe even a Cobb Vanth cameo of him seeing him take his armor and fly off, and him being like, "He took my armor."
Yeah, that fucker.
That kind of thing.
That'd be good. That'd be cool.
Because I mean, if it's only 7 episodes, what is this? 38 minutes, which to me flew by like this. I started
Yes.
watching and it was over. Like, what is going on? So they're gonna have to be
an hour and a half of that.
right. It almost like needs to feel like a movie every time because I don't feel satisfied. Like I want more of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they're gonna be doing cameos, it's gonna start soon. So I agree with you, Harry. It's gonna be quickly. 2nd episode.
Yeah.
You're gonna be seeing maybe Cad Bane or somebody else. Yeah.
We don't know how long the episodes are, though, right? Like
no, we don't know until they are.
They actually released them. Okay.
Mando season 1 was like what 30-minute episodes, and then the first episode was like 55 minutes. So like there is a range between like 30 minutes to 55 minutes. They were very short.
They range, right? Some were 30, some were 45, if I remember.
Yeah, and then one was like 55. The premiere and finale were really long.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna see more fallout from obviously the Hutt cartel, because at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, the only Hutt that is alive is Jabba, because in the War of the Bounty Hunters, Vader takes out the entire Hutt clan at one point, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember from War of the Bounty Hunters. In one, I think it's like issue, what is there, 6 issues, Harith?
I believe so. Yeah, 6 issues.
So I think the 5th issue, he just goes in and just takes out everybody besides Jabba, because Jabba escapes. So there are no Hutts left in the galaxy at this point. They're all gone. So that's a huge gap in the galaxy. Who's going to show up and fill that space? It's not just Tatooine anymore. It's the entire galaxy of the Hutt clan. And that has bigger implications than just Tatooine. So I think we're going to get to see that a little bit, especially if Kira and all of them and Crimson Dawn are going to come in, because all those crime syndicates are going to be shooting for that territory.
Right. It's free for all. Yeah.
I think that's huge as well. And I think that's a good way to get Kira and the Crimson Dawn and everybody else into that race. I think we're gonna see flashbacks, just like how everybody else is saying. I mean,
we're definitely gonna get Mace Windu. Definitely gonna get Mace Windu.
Shut your mouth! It better not happen on my birthday. If it happens, I will never. No, because I'll watch.
Time to pack it in. The podcast is over. Okay.
Yeah,
the podcast is over.
It'll be the watch along. You will hear me say, "Fuck!"
Yes, that gif. That'll just be the gif of you.
Yes, it'll just be me. I'll just throw up a. You have to send that to me so that I can throw it up on the screen.
You can search for it. It's just Podwan's podcast Luke, right? Isn't that what you put it under, Gareth?
It's Podwan's podcast Luke.
Great.
Fuck.
Luke,
yes, if you search that, JJ, if you search that in a GIF search, there's a GIF of him that comes up.
You're joking. That's
incredible.
I'm gonna save it on my phone to have.
No, I recorded him watching football, but
basketball. It was a basketball game.
Basketball. And then I posted the video, and then Harris turned it into a GIF.
That's amazing. Oh my god. Yeah. But Luke, if you get Mace Windu and you're all pissed off, remember you may get a flashback to Vader and Empire. Maybe.
That's not. Don't get my hopes up. Don't.
Slim to
don't-
nothing
You
You know
happening.
what? Hold
I
on.
know,
Hold
I
on.
know, I
Hold on.
know,
Hold
I
on.
know,
Hold
I
on.
know.
That's how they tie it into to Kenobi. Bam! Right there.
Wait,
No,
how?
okay.
How?
Okay,
wait.
the flashback is just like, remember Chaco's skit of like him like doing Boba and Vader. So he's like, okay, you stay back here. It's gonna be really dramatic. Like we're gonna do something cool. Like when I like say like what was it? What's the line? Like, thank you for joining.
Oh, we would be honored.
I'd be
if you would
honored
join
if
us.
you would join us. And then you're gonna like walk out with your spurs like click clacking. You're gonna stand there, look real bad. It'll be really cool. It'll be okay. Go hide.
Like that
Action.
pose right there. Basically that pose.
Yes.
That was one of
You're
his
just
better
walking
videos. I loved it.
Oh man. And David, we get Mason when you drop the F-bomb right before the credits.
I'm still alive, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No. But it just cuts off. It just and then it just cuts to the
Yeah,
the
just
roll
like
credits.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Guys, I'll go around again. Thank you all for joining for the first episode of the not the watch along, but the roundtable. We will be having them, I think, for the rest of the show, I believe. It might be a week-to-week thing. Who knows? But if we do...
I want Mace just to come back because I
That's
know
fun.
like so many people are gonna be so like
Fantastic.
upset about it, and it's like I love it. I love it.
I would love
Brian's here for the
to.
chaos.
Brian,
Yes.
you are
Yes.
Littlefinger in this. You are Littlefinger
Like,
in this.
that's half the reason
situation.
I loved the ending of Hawkeye when everyone sat around and then you just watched the whole musical number from Rogers.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that
not only was it
chaotic.
good, but
It was
everyone's
chaotic.
reaction to be like, I waited for this. This is bullshit. I'm like, you guys are all idiots for expecting like you need to be
Yo,
fed some kind of teaser from other like we're getting so much stuff in 2022. Like,
Thank
y'all
you.
can just
Who
shut
fucking
up.
cares?
Just
I was
shut
like,
up.
when I saw that, I was
Stop
like,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
the musical. Who cares?
It was funny. It was so
I
funny.
agree.
It was fun.
I thought it was hilarious.
And not everything has to be something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just end it and be
Yes.
done with it and move on to the next thing. Like Jesus,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
I agree. But
Spider-Man discourse has exhausted me. The speculations. What kind
Oh
of
my God,
cereal
yes.
Peter was eating in a trailer? Did Doctor Strange
The cup.
take
It's
the
all about the coffee
cornflake?
cup. No, the coffee
Oh,
cup. It means
Or for
everything.
fuck's sake.
Like I wanted to blow my brains out. Like holy shit, just let it be.
Yeah. JJ, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
First of all, thank you for messaging me to join in, and this was again so much fun. I'm glad I
No,
wasn't
yeah.
working today, so this
Yeah,
was so much fun
absolutely.
talking to you guys.
No, yeah.
I make content on TikTok, Cat Lady JJ. Only on TikTok. I have Instagram, but it's private. It's for pictures of my cats and my niece, so nothing exciting. So yeah, I like Marvel. I like Star Wars a lot. So there's a lot going on, and a lot coming in 2022. So I think a lot of us content creators are going to be busy.
Yes.
So I'm very much
busy.
excited to see what everybody does and makes. So
No, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being on, Brian. We're gonna get you to make content,
Maybe.
Brian.
he's
Brian!
like,
The problem with making
Right.
videos is not only do I not want to see or hear myself on the internet, like
yeah.
it's also like I also don't want to have to care about like views, comments, likes. Like I just don't want to like
Or
get
or
trapped on the hamster
or-
wheel of that.
or you just do what a certain creator does. You put a meme up and then you use the same sound over and over again.
I will
that
not.
seems to work.
I won't post content that I would cringe at. Let's be honest. Like I would never.
No, you gotta do the opposite. You gotta post all the content you cringe at just to
Yeah.
piss people off.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
No.
Throw-
Okay, I
throw
would only
the-
do that as like a
That's good.
secret account. I'll go get like a Spider-Man mask, like all these clowns are doing. And just react to like tweets and shit and be like,
The stupidest shit I've made that I would cringe at gets the most views, and then I get into in depth with some things and just falls completely
nothing
flat.
you care about. Nothing
It's-
you care about gets views. The stupidest shit
Mhm.
gets
So
views.
true.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
always
true.
happens.
Like the robot chicken. So the robot chicken video I did, 38,000 views.
Shut up,
Of course.
really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's funny,
I
but it's not
posted-
like
And
there's
and
nothing
I'll
like
post
meaningful.
something. And I'll post something for an update for the podcast. 150 views.
I
But you know what?
posted-
The 150 views is the people that are there for it. Those
That's
are the
true.
people that care. And that's the bet. That's the thing that matters.
I posted a clip of like a Lucas interview from like 2005.
Yes,
and it got like
this was
30,000
hilarious.
views and like hundreds of comments of people arguing about the interview. And it was like, it's like, and I was like, you guys fell for my experiment.
Bait. It's just bait.
I would make a bunch of videos too, and they get whatever, normal, small amount, whatever. I don't care. Like people that watch my videos, they watch whatever. And then I make a video about sexy Gamorreans, and all of a sudden, like 20,000. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
I saw that video this morning.
Oh, you
I saw
did?
that
Okay.
video, yes. I was
like,
thinking
what?
halfway through the video, she's like, "You better not." I'm like, "I've already seen the tweets. I've already seen." And like, there it is.
I made a mistake. I try to avoid Twitter because it could be very toxic for me personally on there. And then I saw that one under Boba tag. I was like,
Twitter-
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
Twitter entertains me so greatly. Like I don't get too invested in like the people attacking each other. It's just so entertaining though. The crap people will put on there and just think like
Dude,
this makes
And-
sense.
I
And
love Choco on Twitter. Choco on Twitter just hits a different energy. And he's
Choco and
just going
Shaylee
after
just
people.
like
Yep.
Bomb people.
Yes.
I would go on there just for them, just to see what they're talking about. But he pointed out something really interesting, that Boba gets beaten by a female warrior, Tusken Raider.
Mhm.
And they haven't made a big deal about it yet. So we're crossing our
True.
fingers, and we'll see how that goes.
No, yeah.
So anyways,
and-
I'm Brian with the beard. I don't post content.
Sorry, I
Maybe one
interrupted
day.
you.
Doesn't matter. No. We were all talking. It's fine. It's fine.
Mhm.
no,
But
yeah.
yeah, you can't really find me anywhere. No big deal. Too bad.
Go follow,
lost.
go
Ginger-
follow him, Brian with the beard,
Ginger Beard Man on Twitter.
Ginger Beard Man Twitter.
Blow
Blow up his accounts, people.
Threes.
Get this man to Brian. If you hit, how many
Get-
followers are you at right now on Twitter?
That's a good question, honestly. I don't even look at my because like Twitter to go to your own account is such a hassle.
Yeah.
Like I never look at it.
Okay.
I have I only have 204 followers.
Okay.
Give
How
it
many followers do you have on
205.
TikTok?
Like 300.
342.
Okay. If you hit,
I
500,
remember
you
that
have to
because-
start making content. If you hit 500, you have to start making
But
content.
half them are bots now. It's really funny. Every like
And the
day
other
or
half-
two, I
I
get a
don't
new follower, and I'm like,
care.
it's really
I
it's
don't.
that's like
don't
when Malik was
care.
worrying about getting to like 500 or like 1,000. At one point, had more followers than Malik, and I don't post videos because like I've just been on. But I've just been on TikTok longer than he has. That's the only thing.
Well, the only way I can
Get
explain that is your
him.
account has higher authority because TikTok's
Oh, look.
super weird and it's graded by
David just
account
followed me.
authority.
We're putting this out into the world. If he gets 500 followers, he has to start making content.
We
That's
don't make
funny.
the rules. We don't
We
make
don't
And
the
make the
again,
rules.
go cringy. People like cringe, and then you get everybody to pay attention to your serious points.
Yes.
I don't know if I have anything serious to say, but whatever.
rules.
Let's say nuance, non-cringy.
Yeah. Anyways, Harris, where can we
Yeah,
find
Harris.
you on the internet?
Well,
there you
just
go.
as my name's listed below, Hair Productions on TikTok. On YouTube, like I said earlier, They Fly Now show. It's hosted every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We talk about a lot of different topics, and this week we're talking about all the canon books and everything that's coming out for Star Wars in general, and what happened before. So we
Awesome.
have this man over, or how do I point over here, going on this week. Talk
I'm
about
gonna be
canon.
on again, bitches.
We
It's
got
gonna be awesome. It's
we got Connor Fahey, or Jedi Connor on TikTok.
gonna be awesome. Could be a great conversation.
I'll look for your YouTube channel, Harris.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Monday. It's
They Fly Now
awesome.
show on YouTube. Just look
They
it up.
fly now. Is
Yeah.
that the
Yeah,
Tra- okay.
podcast name. Yeah, They Fly Now show.
Mhm, Yep. So, guys, thank you again for coming on. I am Luke from obviously this podcast, Pod One's podcast.
No, they just randomly found it.
I
They
know,
just-
I know, right?
They definitely did not find it by looking
Oh.
for you or in your Discord
just
server. They
jumped
found it.
into the
Hold
stream?
on, hold on. Brooke, put your Twitch
watching Twitch.
handle in so I can get them. Go follow Brooke on Twitch.
B
Um,
underscore Dazzler. If it's 2 underscores. Some of the
Yes.
best content you'll see on
It-
Twitch.
It
Say
is
say
awesome.
say the handle again. I'm sorry.
B underscore Dazzler.
2 underscores. Got it.
2
Okay.
underscores.
Go to her Twitch, follow her Twitch, subscribe to whatever. She she was doing a playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order, and it was just hilarious
yes,
to watch.
I love that
just,
game.
just to watch her do a playthrough
It's
was
amazing.
absolutely hilarious and awesome. But go follow her on Twitch. It's always a fun time watching her play, and it's awesome. But you guys can follow us at the Podwans Podcast on Twitter. No, not Twitter. TikTok. Twitter's at Podwans. Instagram is at the Podwans Pod. We stream Clone Wars episodes every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are doing the watch-alongs. Next week, I've got possibly two of my favorite content creators possibly coming on. Be on the lookout for that. So we'll do 1:30 Central Standard Time watch along for episode 2. And then we'll do a roundtable Friday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay. Sounds good.
And we'll just keep doing that for the next couple of weeks until Boba ends, and then we'll see when Kenobi comes on. And
Oh God, that's gonna be chaotic. I can't wait.
Luke's gonna be a menace to society, and
I'm already a menace to society.
It's gonna be up the ante.
It's gonna be up here.
So, but yeah,
Joker.
guys, thank you so much for coming on, and thank everybody in the chat. And also you can go follow CharCharJ at CharCharJ on all social medias. And we appreciate it.
And we didn't get a three interesting facts about this Book of Boba episode.
I know.
0 out of 10 podcast.
You know what?
Show.
Yeah, I know, right? We were just missing that. But guys, thanks again for coming on. Thanks
you.
everybody coming on in the chat. We will see you Wednesday at 1:30.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.
It was nice talking to you guys too.
Yep.
For sure.
This was
See you
fun.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.